All right. So, welcome to our team call, girls. So happy to have you here. Happy to have this going again. I am going to be talking about some time management tonight, as well as going over our Success Club System tracker, which is the tracker that is in our team group that we all should be using. This is what I ask for every Thursday, right? There's that post and you drop below, what you've done for the week. So before we do that, I would love for you in the chat box to please let me know what time of day are you typically working your business? And how many hours are you working each day? Ballpark. It doesn't have to be like perfect. And I know that from day to day can vary a little bit. I know that mine does for sure. But how much time are you like setting aside to work your coaching business each day? And is it in the morning for you? Is it in pockets of time throughout the day? Is it in the evening after your littles are in bed? What does that look like for you? So if you could all just please, and if it's nothing and you're doing nothing right now, be honest. Like, let's just be honest with where we are right now, because that's what these team calls are for, is to help us grow and move forward. So share that in the chat below, what your current routine is looking like. Yay, Melissa, you made it. So Melissa, I was just asking the girls to drop in the comments below in the chat box. If you can let me know what time of day you're typically working your business or like trying to fit things in, and how many hours a day are you working? I know you're just starting personally, so just kind of a ballpark what you're doing and what your routine kind of looks like. So I don't have anybody in the chat yet. So if you guys can just drop it in there. Everybody know where the chat is at the bottom? If you're on your phone, it's like on the bottom. You just have to like touch your screen and it'll come up and you say chat. Okay, so Dawn is being honest and she says 0 at this time, and that's okay. What we're here for is to have a starting point, right? So we're going to move ourselves forward by knowing where we're at right now. Okay. So Melissa is evening 15 minutes. Caitlin up at 4, usually work 3-ish hours, then 4-ish hours throughout the day around Eve's schedule. And she's a stay-at-home mom, so she's able to kind of fit it in pockets of time when Eve's taking a nap or is cooperating throughout the day. So 10-ish hours a day. Is that what a day? Okay, that's amazing. That's not where everybody has time. I don't put 10 hours in a day. Okay. That's just not feasible for me right now. But my next question is the effort that you are putting forward, does that match your goals? And I want you to be very honest with yourselves, because coaching is very much like our health and fitness. So if we want to lose 30 pounds, we're going to have to put in some work, right? Like if we say we want to lose 30 pounds, we can't just say, oh, I bought the program and it's sitting on the shelf. It isn't going to work that way, right? But if we have big goals, and I'm going to use Caitlin for an example. She wants financial freedom. She is gunning to create financial freedom for herself and for her family, to create a substantial savings for Eve for when she goes to college. And she celebrated her 2nd birthday today. So happy birthday, baby girl. And to have more freedom, she wants to move back to Michigan to be home with her family. Big whys, right? Big reasons for her to be putting in the time. And that's why she's hustling her butt 10 hours a day, because she has a vision for her family. Okay. And she also understands that it's not going to happen overnight. So the time that she's putting in now, she might not be seeing it right this second. But if you ask her, I bet she'll tell you that she's starting to see that momentum very much start to spin, and like everything's kind of coming together, all the work that she's been putting in over the last 60 to 90 days. Okay. So we have to be very honest with ourselves. If we want an extra $300 to $500 each month to start, it's going to take us showing up and being consistent. We are now the CEOs of our own business. So that means we have to be disciplined and we have to be honest with ourselves. It is not my job to say, hey, did you get this done? Did you spend this much time? I am not your manager, and no one else on the team is anyone's manager, right? We are all our own bosses. We are here to uplift and encourage and share what's working, but it's not up to anybody else on the team except for ourselves to show up and work our business. Okay. And I say that with love. I don't have anybody checking on me. My upline checked out 4 years ago. I don't even hear from her. Okay. She said, peace, gone. She still collects a paycheck, but she's not around. Okay. So we have to learn to be disciplined. And you guys, let's be honest. Do you want to bring in coaches into your business that you have to constantly, hey, did you get this done? Did you get that done? Did you get that done? Or do you want to bring in coaches who are self-sufficient, who can go to Google and ask a question and find the resources and make their business grow? Yes, you want to be there and help them grow, but you want people who are going to be sufficient and who are going to be disciplined and show up for themselves, right? Because nobody wants to babysit anybody else. So I want you to keep an open mind tonight, right? I want you to keep an open mind with what are our goals? And maybe you need to spend some time thinking about what those goals are and being real with yourself with how much time you're putting into your business, okay? And what I would love to do is to help you start refining where you're spending your time, because it is very easy to spend a lot of time on your phone and to discourage your family and discourage yourself because I'm working. But are you really working, or are you scrolling social media? We have to be social and we have to engage on other people's things, but we also have to make sure that we are doing the vital activities to actually see growth within our business, not just liking and commenting on things and scrolling the feeds. Okay. So that's what I really want you to understand, that we are going to have very focused time of working our business. And when you're done, just like you clock out at work, you need to clock out of your business. Okay. It can be hard and it takes practice. I am guilty of it from time to time, but I have learned that from a certain time of night until my kids are in bed, it's family time, or it's dinner time, or it's homework time, or whatever. This gets put away. Okay. If we're watching a movie on the couch, I try to leave it in the kitchen so I'm not tempted to grab it when it's sitting right next to me. It is just as important to stay disciplined and unplug yourself as it is to stay disciplined in showing up for your vital activities. Does that make sense? Because we don't want to be burnt out and we don't want to discourage our family. Okay. We want to be present and we want to make this business work and grow. We want it to work for us, but we want to make sure we do it the right way. Okay. Cool. All right. So we have this little guy. I'm actually going to do screen share so that we can talk about it and look at it together. So you maybe have not seen this before. When you go to our team page, this is what it looks like when you pull it up, right? We've got all the posts that are like in the current discussion that are happening right now. If you click over here, if you're on your mobile device, like if you're on your phone, it'll show up here at the top, like underneath the who the members are. It'll show like a bar right in this area. But when you're on your computer, it'll show units right here. You click on units and tracking resources. You guys, if you haven't looked at this yet, this is an area of being resourceful. This team page has been open for a very long time, and there are a ton of tools and resources to use. So you can scroll through here and see that there's all kinds of different things that I have found that are valuable that will help you to grow your business. Right here underneath tracking resources, there is absolutely no reason that we can't stay focused with our time, because look at all of these different things. And if you go into the photo section, there's actually images that I have created and other coaches have created that are power hours that tell you exactly, spend 10 minutes on this, spend 15 minutes on this, spend 15 minutes on this, and so on and so forth. So ultimately, we want to get to the Success Club system tracker. That is what Beachbody has rolled out for us. That's what they say. The successful coaches have voiced their opinion to create this and say that this is what they do on a daily basis to grow a successful business. And I have to be honest, it's very accurate. Okay. The activities that are listed on this sheet are exactly what your time should be focused on every single day. Okay. Now, can some of these things, they even tell you, like, be proof that the product works. Obviously, we have to be in our own wellness journey. We have to be committed to a program and a nutrition program. That doesn't mean that we're perfect, but we have to be showing up in our own journey every single day, okay? So that we're getting results and that we're showing people that, one, the products work, but we have a story to tell along with that. So being proof that the product works. If you scroll down a little bit, I'm going to go back to the top here in a minute, but if you scroll down, you'll see that it actually tells you how much time you should be dedicating to each area every single day. It has like in parentheses. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Now, this adds up. I added it up earlier, and I think it was like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I know that as a new coach and as you're trying to find that balance in everyday life, you may not have 2 hours and 10 minutes every single day to dedicate to your business. And that's okay. I don't want that to overwhelm you. That is where we decide what activities are the most important and where we're going to show up every single day. Okay. So the first one, even though it's listed number 4, the first one should be personal development, non-negotiable every single day. 1, because you need to fill yourself back up. Because every single one of you on this call are moms. You need to fill yourselves up because we pour into everyone else all the time. It is so important to fill yourself back up. Number 2, this business is mindset. If you let the no's get to you, if you let the fact that it's not growing at the pace that you want, if you let the fact that you're kind of struggling to find that balance get in your way, you will never succeed because you won't overcome that hurdle. When you're diving into personal development, it's going to keep you focused. It's going to keep you empowered and remind you that you wanted this business for a reason, that you are working towards a certain goal for a reason, and it's not going to be easy. But when you're building that belief within yourself every single day and empowering yourself, it makes it easier to stay committed to your goals. Okay. So make sure that you are absolutely doing personal development. And I don't mean just podcasts, because while podcasts are great, I think that we need something with more content. So you need to find a book. And if you start something and it's not speaking to you, find something else that speaks to you. Okay. I personally have Audibles, and I listen to Audibles as soon as the kids are off at school. I turn it on. I listen to it the whole way to the farm. I listen to it the whole way home. And I'm typically reading a book on top of that, maybe for 10 or 15 minutes first thing in the morning or right before I go to bed. But you need to find something that speaks to your heart and is helping fill whatever void that you're currently struggling with. If it's time management, Eat That Frog is a wonderful book for that. If it's building consistency, The Slight Edge or Compound Effects. If it's building belief and reminding yourself that you are a badass and that you deserve so much more in life than what your mind will let you believe, then you need to do something like You Are a Badass or one of Rachel Hollis's books. There are so many different books out there to speak to your heart that if there's something you're struggling with, please let me know and we will find a book for you. Okay. But this is number 1. Okay. You have to build that belief in yourself, because if we don't build the belief in ourselves, we're not going to show up for this part either. Okay. So then we need to make sure that we are committed to a program and we're doing our best and we're showing up every day to do our best. Okay. So this part, then these 2 parts actually become really pretty easy when you're showing up and doing those first 2 things, because you're building belief within yourself and you're building confidence. And when you're doing your program, you feel freaky good. You feel good. You're creating energy. You're excited because you're seeing results. You're empowering that change that so many moms and women out there need in their life. So when you're already doing those first two things we just talked about, sharing your story on social media starts to become easy because that's all you want to talk about because you feel so good. Okay. And when you're doing personal development every single day, I had somebody ask me, one of our coaches asked me the other day, like, I don't know how to create content like you do. Like, it always seems like you have a really good piece of your story to say. And I feel like I'm redundant and always saying the same thing. Well, first of all, I've been doing this for a long time and I've failed forward several times. Okay. But another part of that is the fact that I do the personal development and I try to bring a piece of whatever I read that day into my story. Okay. Whatever I'm currently struggling with is typically what I'm going to talk about in my posts. So if you're doing your personal development and you're doing your workouts and you're working on your nutrition, then you have a story to start telling. Just start breadcrumbing those pieces of your story. Okay. So when we are posting on social media consistently, then we have people to connect with and invite. Okay. So the second one here says, do social media posts that showcase the benefits of your healthy lifestyle with a call to action. A call to action could be a question like, have you ever felt this way? If you've ever felt this way, drop a heart below. Or tag a friend below who could use this message, or to lift up another friend, tag your friend below. Or a call to action is just simply asking them to engage on the post. It's not always, if you want to join my challenge group, drop an emoji below. Does that make sense? We're just looking, a call to action is looking for engagement and to get them to interact with us. Okay. I know it's easy to just do the challenge group one or something like that, or even a coaching post, which we still need to do those, but I don't want you to always think that that's the way that it has to be. Okay. There's different ways we can do that. When doing your Instagram stories. So it's everyday life, guys. The beauty of stories is that it doesn't have to be polished and beautiful, especially when we're talking on Instagram. Instagram, your posts, like your content, like if you're actually putting a picture up to make a post, that takes practice and it's not going to happen right away, but it needs to be beautiful. It needs to be eye-catching. It needs to be clear and well lit, and your content needs to be well thought. Stories is just everyday life. It's just, hey, this is me. Like, I am a hot mess today. It's just making you relatable and showing people behind the scenes of how you make it work, right? So you're showing your daily life. You're maybe showing one or two workout clips or a couple. Don't get carried away with it because we aren't just workouts. Okay. We are our own brand, but we want to make sure that we're showing that piece of it. Using the products without dropping the name and without, I don't have a Shakeology cup, but if Shakeology's here, I always turn my cup so you can't see the name of it. Curiosity marketing, y'all. We don't want them to know all the deets. And I don't say energize or show the energize. It is my yellow drink. Okay. And I've had people ask me in person, like, what's your yellow drink? Because I always call it that. Okay. We want curiosity marketing. We do not want to drop all the goods because those people will be resourceful and go find Google. Okay. We provide value as coaches. So we want them to come to us and ask us questions. So one, we can pair them with the right program and help them get on track with the right program, but then get them plugged into a support and accountability group. Okay. So don't do the name dropping. Healthy meal prep. So just snaps of like your food. Try to do, I'm bad at this and I do good for a while and then I get away from it, but try to do one meal a day of what you're eating and maybe what it is. Okay. Because people love that, or recipes. Simple foods are the best. An invitation, promote group, or a poll or a call to action. Polls are huge. Just asking a question. It doesn't always have to be fitness related, but just asking a question and having that poll there so that they can engage. And then you can go and talk to them in a private message about that poll, like however they responded. I did one because my Christmas tree was still up on January 24th, for God's sakes. And everybody was like, get that thing down. So use stuff like that because it's real life. Like, I'm picking my battles right now. Okay. And you guys are all picking your own battles too. So use little things like that to get engagement and start conversations with people. And then recognition and shout out. So that's, maybe you're shouting out one of the other team members. Maybe you're shouting out a challenger. Maybe you're shouting out one of your coaches as you grow your own teams. But it's recognizing the people who are taking action to, one, lift them up, but also show others that it's not just you doing it, that you have a tribe of women doing it with you. Okay. Responding to all likes and comments, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? When people like and comment on your things, when people like on my posts, I send them a private message and I say, hey girl, thank you so much for your love on my post the other day. I just want you to know I really appreciate you. Super easy way to connect with people. That starts conversation. Invite people, at least 5. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, inviting has to happen at least 5 days a week. And it needs to be the bare minimum of 5 people a day. If you really want to grow your business, okay, you can stay comfortable and you can do 1 to 3 and you can do it every so often, but I can promise you that you are going to get discouraged and you are not going to see growth in your business because you are not talking to enough people. And I say that with love because I was there at one point. So know that a part of this is a numbers game. Okay. We can't pick 15 people to talk to for the entire 30 days of the month and just hope that one of them says yes. Everybody is different everybody is ready at their own time. Just like all of you were ready at your own time. So do we need to follow back up with those people and keep them in our circle of conversations? Absolutely. Because they're going to say yes when they're ready. It's not no, not ever. Once in a while it is, like very super rarely. I maybe have had less than 5 since I've been a coach that were no nevers. It's a no, not right now. But you as the coach have to keep connecting with new people and inviting new people. We have a gift to offer others, girls. We have a community that will love and support women to create more health and confidence and happiness and energy in their life. That is a gift. You are not a burden by inviting someone. You are sharing a gift. And believe that. If you believe that you are a burden, that's how it's gonna come across in your invite. But if you believe that these products really work and what you're doing truly is a gift and that you have the opportunity to change someone else's life, that's going to come across when you invite them. And they're going to know that you are genuine and you just want to be a friend that has a solution with something that they're struggling with. Okay? So make sure you're getting the invites out. It is an opportunity to change someone's life. You never know when someone is struggling and your message is the one that they needed to hear. Okay. So don't make it about you and about how they're going to make you feel. Make it about them and be genuine with that. And you will see success. Follow up with people and you invited. So we already kind of talked about that. You want to make sure that you are reconnecting. Not always like, hey, are you ready yet? It's, hey girl, like, how has life been for you? Like, how are things going? Start the conversation. Just be a friend like you would if you ran into them at the grocery store. Like I talked about that in my Tuesday tips. Like have the conversation like if you ran into them at the grocery store or at the coffee shop or wherever. And you said, hey, like how's life been? How are the kids? Whatever. What's going on? What's new? So just reconnect, okay? Contribute to your challenge group. So that's pretty self-explanatory as well. Make sure that you're posting in the challenge group that you're participating in. If you are helping run one or you are running one, make sure that you're engaging in there each day. Excuse me. Celebrate with the challengers and recognize achievement. Respond to questions and customers and coaches. So making sure that you're checking in with your challengers or your customers every week. And that you're touching base with your coaches as well. Now, a lot of you are starting to grow your business. So you may not have a lot of coaches right at this moment to connect with, but you want to make sure that your coaches know that you are there for them if they have questions. That doesn't mean you have to be at their beck and call and that you have to respond right away. Okay. Remember, we talked about being resourceful. There used to be a saying, ask three. If teachers always say that, ask three and then you can ask me. So ask Google, ask in the group, look in the resources, like ask three and then ask me. So you don't have to be at your coach's beck and call, but you want to make sure that you're responding to your customers too. Cause I've had customers that are like that too. They ask every little tiny question. So you want to let them kind of figure it out because we can't do it for them, right? It's kind of like our kiddos. If we do their homework for them, they're not going to learn. Everybody has to kind of learn through the process. So we already talked about personal development. So I'm going to go back up here to where it says initiate connections and add followers. There are a million different ways that you can do this. The way that I personally have been doing it lately is I am growing my Instagram more so than Facebook. So I am going to like the search button on Instagram. I am finding an influencer that has like 100K followers and has content that I relate to. And then I'm going to their list of followers and I'm adding 50 a day. Now, that might seem really overwhelming, but you literally can do that in like 3 minutes. I look at the person's profile picture from the list and just click, 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 click. Not all of them follow back. That's totally fine. If they don't find me their jam, that's totally fine. Another way I used to do it, if you're more comfortable on Facebook at this point, is I would go to my Facebook friends list and I would look at my friends and then I would click on them to the people who I really like jive with and go to their friends list and I would add 3 to 5. Don't add any more than that because then it's kind of creepy. So Facebook is a bit different than Instagram. So I would add like 3 to 5 of their friends and then I would go back to my list and find another friend and I would add like 30 a day that way. Okay. There's all kinds of different ways. You can search hashtags on Instagram and just start like going through pictures. That's a little bit more time consuming. But there are a ton of different ways. Go to YouTube and Google how to, or search how to initiate or how to add followers or adding followers on Instagram. I'm sure there are a ton of videos that will come up, but those are just some easy ways. Another way on Instagram is the same way I just said on Facebook is going to your follower list and clicking on them and then going to their friends list and adding people that way too. Okay. It's just another way to start engaging with more people and then having them come back to you as well. Okay. So to finish up this part of the tracker, my why and then my target market. So it's super easy to put like a generic statement up here, but I'm going to challenge you girls to put what your real why is. Like mine is very written out and I get very, very specific about my goals. And then I get very specific about my target market. It is reiterating every single day when you write out a new tracker, or every single week when you write out a new tracker, what your vision is. Be clear in your vision, okay? Because on the days that you're tired or you don't want to show up, it is going to push you to step up and to show up for yourself, okay? So writing out your why, your target market, all the things. I'll read mine. I have mom, driven, honest, authentic, silly, animal lover, funny, organized, self-motivated, hardworking, outgoing, friend, and disciplined. Okay. That's pretty much what mine looks like all the time. It varies a little bit because there might be something that's on my mind that pops in when I'm writing it out, but be very specific. Who is your dream coach that you want to be on your team with you? And fill that portion out. Okay. I'm going to do one more screen share with you. So if you're like, oh my God, Corey, I just need like a starting point. I am just really struggling. I don't know what to do. That just seems like so much. Take a deep breath. I made this to help you get started a little while ago. Now, this is essentially doing the same exact thing every day. You can print this off and it breaks it down into, I think it's like there, if I remember correctly, it's 30 minutes without the workout. So it's like an hour a day, including your workout. Okay. Super doable. And you can check this off in little pockets of time. Okay. So, and you could repeat it. Like, let's say you crush it in the morning and you're like, okay, I'm going to do some more tonight. You can do it again. But this is a very good starting point. It's 10 minutes on personal development, journaling, for 5 to 10 minutes, write your daily affirmations and goals for 5 to 10 minutes, add 10 new friends for 5 minutes, do your workout 1 to 3 minutes, do a morning post or Instagram stories, and then 5 to 10 minutes inviting 3 people. Okay. This here you can do in 1 hour. Like I said, it includes your 30-minute workout, but this is the absolute bare minimum every single day to start seeing growth and momentum in your business. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. So that is what I have for you girls tonight. I hope that that breaks things down a bit for you. And I encourage you, like, just start with, pick one of the trackers. I would love for you to start with this one, because this is really what we're working towards, right? Is to have this one and just do our best. We all have to have a starting point. Okay. I encourage you to start with this one. Start checking it off. If you haven't been doing it, start today. Like, today is Sunday. What did you do today? And then move forward. Okay. Print them off. And then share them in the group on Thursdays so that we can help you grow. Like, where do we need to see a little bit more focus and a little bit more time spent? Okay. And the last tip I'm going to give you before I check the chat and see if you girls have any questions, set a timer on your phone. If you literally have 30 minutes to work your business and you're like, okay, what do I really need to focus on? Okay. 10 minutes of personal development, 10 minutes of connecting with new friends, and 10 minutes of invites. Like, you have got to get those things done. We can always do stories. We can always, do little posts throughout the day here and there. But if you literally have 30 minutes of focus time, your invites, connecting with new friends so that you have people to invite. If we don't keep that funnel open and talking to new people, we're going to have nobody to invite, right? So, and that personal development is key to building your mind up and to building that belief. Okay. So I'm going to check this chat. Oh, Caitlin, I should have left the tree up and just decorated it for Valentine's Day. Yeah, my mother-in-law said that, and somebody else messaged me on Instagram and said that, and I was like, I can't do that. I just need to put it away. It needs to go. And then I realized I left the stockings hanging on the the stairs going up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to put the stockings away. Great. All right, girls, do you have any other questions? I went a little bit over. I was trying to keep it to 30 minutes. I went just a few minutes over, but do you have any questions about the time management or either of the trackers? No? All right, cool. Start, draw a line right here. If this is what you're going after and you've been struggling to make it happen, just do the thing. Like, you've just got to leap and just do it. Okay? All right, cool. It was super awesome. Wait, we got to take a picture. I'm going to stop recording though.